Okay, so information on EMFs, 5G, cell phones. EMFs actually come from so many sources. I think it would shock you. Everything from the electricity running in our houses to fans. Anything that has a fan, it's called circular EMFs, and it's really strong. So your air purifiers, your heaters, your regular fans, all of that you still need protection from. But most importantly, 5G. Why? Because it's more intense, because it's in space. There's no escaping it. You could get in the trees, live in a forest or a jungle, and that would help. Trees will block it. You cannot use a 5G phone. If you don't have a new phone that works with 5G, you won't be using 5G on your phone. You cannot buy new appliances that will work with 5G, the smart appliances. You don't want to use any of that smart technology. It's very unsmart. Other things like I had started to do because I'm a mother, and when we moved into this house a few years ago, we started having health problems. And I thought, well, we never had health problems before we moved here. It must be something in the home. And we tested for mold, and we didn't have issues. And we looked at just about everything. And then I realized, cell phones weren't good. And I started learning about EMFs. And in order to properly understand it, I decided I needed to take some courses. So I got certified, and then I got certified again. So I am a certified EMF consultant and expert, although I don't claim to be an expert at all. I'm constantly learning, just like all of us, but I do want to help people because this is the largest environmental toxin. The studies are out there. There's 4,000 studies done alone by the Bio Initiative. So that's the bioinitiative.org. And that's a group of scientists from around the world that are not funded. It's non-biased, and they're constantly doing studies, and they're proving that, yes, the EMFs are harming us. So anyway, I got rid of almost all the EMFs in my home, and it's tedious. We got rid of Wi-Fi. We hardwired. We had to drill holes in the floor and run Ethernet cable. We got a home line. We dealt with getting rid of our smart meter, making a shield from the meter that it was replaced with because it makes a magnetic field. As you see, there's more than one type of EMF. There's, sorry, I've never done this before, speaking into a camera. There's the radio frequencies, okay, for like the cell phone and the Wi-Fi, and that's running on microwave frequency, 2.5. So that's really strong, and that's like that we're all being microwaved all the time. So you could see why that would be bad, because we all know, or most of us understand, microwaves are not good. And what does it do? It causes friction to heat up food. So all that friction caused by these frequencies is disturbing our cells, and we'll come back to that more. You have magnetic fields. That comes from appliances, computers, analog meters instead of smart meters. And that was our issue. We have a magnetic field that I could not figure out where it's coming from and resolve. And so that's why I actually turned to using some of the protection I'm going to introduce you to, because there was only so much I could do. And that's the problem. You can limit what you're using. You can leave your cell phone off at night and in another room. You can airplane it while you're walking around, not carry it on you. You can use speakerphone or earbuds instead of putting it up against your head. But we're just getting bombarded. It's coming down now from satellites. They're putting 5G cell towers everywhere, and they are going to be, everywhere if this continues. In the meantime, I think you just keep doing your inner work, and we can build our own electromagnetic field and strengthen it through meditation and going inward. And so I know a handful of people that do a lot of this, and they don't seem to be affected by it. So it just takes constant work. Yeah, you can get more remote so that at least you're not being exposed to all the cell phone towers that are getting installed in the cities. You can use the technology less and don't keep going with new stuff. Now, beyond that, you could use the protection that I have found. This is the only protection that I believe in. So it's by EMF Solutions. Now, in order to understand how their products work, we have to look at the science. So real quick, they like to go over these things. So we look at the sources. So like I said, they come from many places. But you can see here, solar. I didn't mention that. That's a really big one. So it's good for the environment, but it's not good for our bodies. So we need to be protected. Okay? But anything that's Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, electricity, fans, any of these things. Okay? Alexa. And the effects, which have been proven by many, many studies, can be things such as fatigue, sleep disturbances, concentration difficulties, huge effects on children because they're still developing, headaches, immune system imbalances, Alzheimer's, cancer, autism, and basically it's all happening because we're getting DNA and free radical damage in our cells. Okay? Now here is the link of the bioinitiative.org. You want to check that out. Okay, and they're saying that we should not have exposure over 1 milligauss, and for children, 0.5 milligauss for electricity. And on the Wi-Fi or microwave levels, it should not be over 30 microwatts per meter squared. So here's the measurements right here. Now, and I can tell you, as I go into homes and I do readings for people as part of my consult, that nothing is near these levels. One cell phone is 6,000 or more microwatts per meter squared. Okay, and they're saying nothing over 30. So 6,000. All right. So you can imagine that's just one device. Okay, Wi-Fi and smart meters are around the same. You know, the average in every home, in every house is about 3,000. And that's just this one type. We're not even talking about what's coming from electricity and dirty electricity. That's another type. So that's when the radio frequencies get stuck on the electricity in our walls, and then it's sort of like EMFs on steroids. So it has been labeled a carcinogen by 3 groups, by the World Health Organization, the Bioinitiative, and the Power Watch in the UK. The radiation levels have grown in the last, well, it's just from 2007 to 2017, it's grown 1 quintillion times in strength. Okay? And we did the most expensive study ever here in the United States and spent $30 million. And there was clear evidence that the EMFs cause cancer. They did the study on rats right here. You can look this up. It's posted on the government website. And the website is, oh, and this was done on 2 and 3G, okay? So let me get that website. Let me pause this while I find it for you. Okay, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, so if you're interested in getting this link, it's the National Institute of Health, and the link is all the way here at the bottom. It's super tiny, so I'll probably have to send that to you if you want it, but National Institute of Health. So there's been other studies done, and as we know, it's being banned in some other countries. People are fighting having it near schools because we know it's bad, okay? And there's some other details I could get into, but for the sake of this, I'm going to skip that, and we're going to go to why the EMFs are actually indirectly harming us, which is how I think they get away with saying they're not hurting us. It's an indirect cause. So Dr. Martin Pall in 2013 figured out that the EMFs, and this is only from polarizing EMFs, so this is why the sun doesn't hurt us. It's non-polarizing, and so it negates this, and it doesn't happen from the sun. So if you can look at this picture right here, here's the EMFs coming in, and the EMFs end up opening our cells, the double voltage calcium gate. Now these gates need to open and close to let nutrients in and when they need them, like a Pac-Man. But what happens is the EMFs indirectly open this, and it stays open until the cell is flooded and gets damaged. Now what we've come up with, or EMF Solutions has come up with, is they believe it's what they call subatomic chaos right here. So this is the photons coming off the EMFs that are shaking and vibrating. And the more these EMFs hit people and things, the more shaking and vibrating we have, and the more harm we have. Now, they have been able to find that there's some things in nature that have some properties that when combined and placed near the source of the EMF, actually stop this shaking and vibrating. So I call it harmonizing. So now you still have the EMF wave, and I'll give you a diagram. The blue is the EMF. So you still have the EMF wave, but you do not have the shaking and vibrating. So you can use technology and not have it be destroying your cells. Now, they've proven this in 7 ways: blood microscopy testing, thermal imaging, accugraph, avatar, mold testing, muscle testing, and testimonials. Yeah, there's a lot of testimonials. So the reason I'm using these products is it made sense to me. I looked at these blood tests, these thermal imaging tests. I felt the products. I'm very sensitive, and I believed in it. And the very first night, as an insomniac of 3 years, I started using this product. I slept. I fell asleep in 10 minutes. And I kid you not, I did not wake up or move the entire night. I slept like a rock, and I felt fantastic. I also felt a lot of energy right away when we first started using the products. And there were some other things. So let me show you this. On the top is what our red blood cells should look like. Down here, this is from the movie Take Your Power Back. This is showing what happens to our cells when they're exposed to EMFs. They should not do this. They should not clump and bottle cap, okay? Red blood cells can't function and carry oxygen if they're not single cells. So, a lady that I actually know, a friend of mine, this is her blood, okay? This is before using the product. So it doesn't look good, right? Probably because of the EMFs in the building. She didn't actually have her cell phone on for this. Then right here, we did a test with the product. We put her on the cell phone and she made a call, but she had the product on her phone. Now we took the product off, and now she got on her cell phone. So I guess the combination of what was in the building and her cell phone did this to her blood. Okay, and we have many more. And we have them also with smart meters and power lines. I'll just show you one more for the sake of this video. Okay, so this is before the test, normal blood. This is near the smart meter using the product. And this is near the smart meter without product. Okay, so that right there did it for me. We have thermal imaging. I've actually been to this place and I've talked to them, and they do have the product and they do use it, and they continue to run scans and show that it works. So here is a scan on a 10-minute call, okay, with the cell chip. So the EMF protection on the phone, and this is without it. The red and the white are the hottest So right here, there's just a little bit right here, and I believe that's because this particular person actually had a thyroid problem. I'm gonna pause for a second. Okay, so this is how the product works. If you live in a house, then you get a home harmonizer, okay? This is the box. It's very simple. You get a ring that attaches here, and you put it at your panel and your meter on the outside of your house, and we have instructions for this. Okay, this is full of the material that you need. This will harmonize the EMFs coming from your home, the electricity, the appliances, and start to help build protection for the microwave frequencies and like a force field against these cell towers. Now, because of 5G, I recommend 2 of these. If you have solar, I recommend 2 of these. Okay, if you live in a condo, then you use the home harmonizer plug. Okay. You can see the earth materials in there. And now this stuff will never wear out, okay? It'll last 200 years. You get a few of these, maybe 2 or 3 of these, depending on the size of your condo, and you just plug them in. It's that simple. This stuff works great through electricity, metal, cement. It needs something hard and dense to work with. Okay, for your car, we actually have something because there's a lot of EMFs coming in through the technology in our car. Now, if you have a Tesla, something that has a lot of technology, you need more than this. But if you have more of a regular car, one of these, and it just plugs in, and that's it. We have a little bit of everything for every situation. We have chips that go on the bottom of laptops, okay? You get 2 little chips, and there's instructions with this. It's very simple. You just stick them to the bottom of your laptop. Laptops are big culprits, worse than desktops. Here's the cell phone chip. You just put this on the back of your cell phone. Okay? It's very thin. You can get a silicone case and just put it between the phone and the case and not stick it on, so you can change it from one phone to the next. All this stuff, I think, is very affordable. Very reasonable. It's a lot cheaper than actually trying to remove technology from your house and build shields. Let's see. We have cards, okay? This is not fancy. This company's new and it's all about function. These can go in your pocket, in your wallet, in your bra. You can make a pouch for it, whatever you want to do. I'd recommend 2 of these now with 5G. And you just wear that when you're out and about, and that will help to protect you from the frequencies outside your home. Okay. I've also got clips. You can put this on the back of your desktop monitor. You can put these on the fans, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. It has a clip because you're going to put it on the power cord behind these devices. We have instructions for all this, or you can call me. We can answer questions. You can take it off, and you can just stick it to your Bluetooth speaker. Okay? It's all really simple. These are only $40. Well worth it. Then we have bands for people who don't want the cards, or for the children. This is made particularly with pink, white, and purple in the pouch. Here's the pink. Okay. So you get 3 bands, 1 stone. This stone has a glitter top, fun for people who like this look. Just comes right out, goes into any band, and you can order any Fitbit band that isn't metal. And I have links for that. And you can put in your own. Or you can take this out and do whatever you want with it, as long as it's on your body. Make your own jewelry, put it in your pocket. For children, 1 is good. for adults, if you can do it, I do recommend 2 of these also because of 5G. You know, you make it like something fun for the kids. I told my daughter, this is your power band. It gives you superpowers. And later on, I started to explain it a little bit more, little by little, to her about what it does. And now she knows. She says, this is my EMF band. And we just don't take it off. The rule is if she needs to take it off, that she comes to me, and we just try to leave it on so that she is, even at home and sleeping, that she just leaves it on. So there's not a problem of where is it, and I take it off. It's like, no, we just leave it on. But it's up to you what you want to do, but that's just some ideas. Let's see. Okay. There's one item I don't have in my box, so I'm going to grab it right here. It's under my bed. Because that's where it goes. This is a bed pad. Okay? So, because you want to be fully protected when you sleep, because that's when you rest and recover, it's the most important, we have these. Now, I don't actually have any metal springs in my bed or a metal frame, which is good for EMFs because metal conducts, so it amplifies the EMFs. But I still use this because of our high magnetic field running in the floor to help me with that, and because of 5G. So I just want to be as protected as possible. And the other cool thing about these is they're very portable. You can take them with you when you travel. You can even put this in a fanny pack. They roll up small. I can show you, yeah, or in a backpack. And use these when you're out and about, if you don't mind. It will protect you even better than the patches. And with 5G, it's not a bad idea. So I think that's all the products. Yeah. And we have a checklist. And I really recommend that if you guys want to buy this, that you talk to me. You know, give me a call. I can walk you through what you need, you know, what you have in your house, what you need. If you need to prioritize what to buy first. I would say start with the boxes, the cell phone chip, your Wi-Fi, you know, anything that's on the microwave frequency, I would do that first, besides the home harmonizer. But I would get 2 boxes on your home right now to help protect against the 5G satellites and cell phone towers. So anyway, we go through these checklists and see what you have in your house and then what products you need, and we can order it up. All right. So if you have any questions, 619-717-6683. My website's emfreesd.com.